All right, hey folks, it is pre-release weekend for Lorcana Attack of the Vine, and I didn't record at either of the two pre-releases I've done. It was a little bit noisy with all the people in the stores, but I did get an extra pre-release kit, so I thought I'd open that, and share the contents with you, and then show you what I've been able to pull. So far, I've done two pre-release events. So I've opened two of these boxes already. This will be my third one. I have not pulled an enchanted, but each of the events I've posted have had an enchanted card pulled out of the pre-release kit. So we're gonna go ahead and get this sucker open, show you kind of what it is. Real nice packaging. Again, this is built really to work with sealed events or pack rush events. They're just fun to open. So we're going to get 6 booster packs, a promo card, 4 dice, 1 poster, 1 paper box, and then a rule set of how to do pack rush. I think these are more fun for sealed because they come with 6 packs, which is the perfect number. And I love that they've gone to the design detail, right? The little hole that shows the lore emblem. Then we get our regular box. We've got our Monsters Inc. characters on the front. We've got Russell. We've got, of course, Honey Mage Pooh. And then we've got Vineling Ursula, well, Vanessa. So then box opens up. You get 4 dice of the new design. I do like the purple and green, which is also going to match the Voltex binders that they're doing. You will get a movie poster. Oh, this is cool. All right. We're going to look at this because there are 3 of these that are available. And I've opened 3 boxes. And it's kind of funny. Guess what? We've got our Madrigal family movie poster style. This morning at the event I was at, I pulled the Mickey and Minnie version. And then last night at the event, I actually pulled the Up version. So these are all 3 of our poster designs for the Attack of the Vine pre-release kits. I per- I like these. I like the postcards. My problem is none of them are easy to display in a binder. So we'll have to figure out how exactly to display those. But I do think it's very cool. It sticks with the thematic art style. Then we're going to have our promo card, and in this case, it is Vixie. And so, again, I'm happy there are 6 of these cards available. Pulling Vixie is great because this afternoon or this morning, I pulled Merlin, and then last night we pulled Maximus. So we are halfway to a set. I've got one more pre-release event that I'm going to go to on Sunday. Uh, and so then you get your 6 packs of cards, right? And these are what everybody wants. And what I'm going to do is when I open these, when I do a pre-release, I sort my cards differently. Typically, when I open cards, I'm going to sort them by color and rarity. But when you do a pre-release event, you really want to sort your cards by the cost to play them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus by color, because that's going to help you as you try to design the deck that you're going to play to have them on an appropriate curve. So I'm going to do that this time. I'm going to go with our 4 costs. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that should be about right. Another 4 costs with Launchpad. We've got a 1 cost with Mike Wazowski, a 5 cost with the Sheriff of Nottingham, a 6 cost with Cetus, a 2 cost with Peter Pan, another 4 cost with Power Surge in the Uncommon. We got Boo in our Uncommon slot, and Boo's a 2. Then our final Uncommon is Mega Volt at a 4. In our first rare card slot, we've got Nobody Like You. And then our next rare card slot is 4-drop Mrs. Incredible Vineling. And then you keep your inks with because you play them as well. So 6 cost Hades is our foil. And so you see it looks a little different when you sort this way. But like I said, as you're building a deck, this is by far the preferred method. Uh, Depending upon how long it takes me to open all these, we may real quickly fly through things about what I think is good to have when you are building a sealed deck. So we're going to start with our 1 cost Peter Pan. We got 1 cost Focus Search. Sorry. We've got 2 cost Isabella, 2 cost Violet Parr, 2 cost Aladdin, 4 cost Narrow Escape, 2 cost Captain Hook, 2 cost Tinkerbell, 2 cost Cooper. Our first rare card slot is 1 cost Boo. And then we've got our first 3 costs, which is the Vine Entrance. And then we've got 1 cost Mata as a foil card. And so the whole point of sorting this way is that you're building your deck, you want your curve. You want 1-drops. You don't want just 1-drops. You want to keep track of your uninkable cards because you don't want too many uninkables. So it's a balancing act as you build out your deck. 5 cost Colonel Hottie. 3 cost We've Got a Lot to Do. 1 cost Tyler. 1 cost Stitch. 2 cost Piercing Attack. 1 cost Miko. 3 cost Abby Park. 2 cost Hannah's Inkcaster. 2 cost Protective Aura. First rare card slot is a 2 cost Randall Boggs. And we've got a legendary card. We've got our 6-drop Christopher Robin. Set that there for a second. And then we got 5-drop Sun Yi in the foil card slot. So I, as always, like to make sure that we take care of our high rarity cards. So even though I'm just going to put it into the pile, I'm going to put Christopher Robin. Again, I love the raised ink on these. I'm going to put Christopher Robin into his appropriate pile. Well, that's halfway through. We've already got a legendary. Like I said, the pull rates on these have been pretty good as far as legendaries and epics. And I've even seen iconics pulled out of them along with the enchanteds that are kind of a trademark of my events now. All right, 3 cost Beast, 5 cost Pluto. We've got 4 cost Jasmine, 2 cost Cower Before Me, 3 cost Buzz Lightyear, 3 cost Panic, 5 cost Gaston, 4 cost Antonio, 2 cost Scream Canister. First rare card is 2 cost Pocahontas. And then we've got 6 cost With a Few Good Friends. And then we have got a foil 1-drop Pete. So in both pre-release events that I've done, I've been able to get enough of the honey type cards that I've been able to put anywhere from 8 to 10 of those into a deck. They do synergize really well, which may be something I look at building just a regular honey deck. I was going to do that anyhow, but seeing how they work together, particularly in sealed, shows me that there is something there that could be built. It may not be meta, but it sure will be fun. The bear is our first common. Sully, Besties, Omnidroid, Potato, Maleficent. First uncommon is 4 cost Red Alert, 5 cost Hera, 3 cost Celia. First rare card is Grandma Wu, a 7 cost. And then we have another legendary cost, that is the 6 cost Meilin Lee. And then a foil 1-drop Peter Pan. So both of our legendaries that we pulled have been 6-drops. Trying to get that raised ink to show. A little harder on this one. You can see it on the glasses particularly. What a fun card. I've had some Red Pandas synergy with a couple decks, and we've included that in. Was able to make that work actually last night to my advantage. All right, this is our last pack of our pre-release kit. We're going to start with a 4-cost King Louis. We're going to go to a 1 or a 3-drop Ellie, a 3-drop Kanga, 2-drop Owl, 2-drop Russell, 2-drop You've Got Some Punch, a 3-drop The Weed Whacker, 3-drop Sully, 4-drop Put That Thing Back, and then our first rare card slot is going to be a Vine Pod at 4 costs, and then a super rare Bell and Beast. And then in our rare card slot, we have got a rare 6 cost with a few good friends. It's an 8-drop. All right. So you can see the majority of what we got are 1 and 2 drops. So when I'm doing a sealed event, having some 1 drops is nice. There's a lot of vanilla 1 drop 2/2 cards. They're fine to play in this. I look at the items and actions and see if they'll actually do anything. Potato really doesn't. Now, Pete as a Vineling, actually this is a great 1 drop. It's a 1/2 quest for 1, but your Floodborn characters gain Challenger 1. So all of our Vinelings are Floodborn. So I'm going to set that to the side because that's kind of got a unique synergy with it. Miko, if we had gotten the Pocahontas and Miko, this could have been valuable for Shift. Other than that, it's just a 1/3 1 drop. Stitch is a 1/3 1 drop. Tyler's a 1 or 2/2, a standard 2/2 vanilla. So then you get Boo. Boo's a 1 drop. While you have 5 or more cards in your Inkwell, this character gets +2 lore. So here's the reality. That's a 0/3. It's not going to do any damage. It does take 3 to get rid of it. It is inkable, but this character could quest for 3, and having 5 ink in a sealed is not anything that's really tough. So that's definitely going to go into a probably pile. Focus Search. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a character named Kevin or an item card. Put it into your hand. Certainly nothing we're going to play in sealed. Another 2/2 vanilla card. This one is an interesting one, and I played this a couple times today. Mike Wazowski, a 2/1. When you play this character, you may pay 2 ink to give chosen character 1 lore. That's actually not a bad card. I would probably keep that in. Real quick, going through our 2 drops. This is a great card for something like sealed. Chosen character gains Rush and Challenger +2 this turn. So this is definitely a card that would go into my deck. Russell, if we were playing locations, wonderful, but as you saw, we didn't get a lot of locations. He's going to go in the nope. Our honey characters, we got a few of them in this one, so I'm going to set them to the side. See if we've got enough to really make the honey archetype work together. Pocahontas, when you play this character, you may play a character with 1 cost for free. If you've got a lot of 1 drops, this is okay, so we'll put it in our probably pile. Scream Canister really doesn't do a lot for me. Uninkable, we'll get rid of it. Up to 2 chosen opposing characters can't challenge during their next turn. That's actually not a bad card, but it's an uninkable, so we'll put it kind of in a side pile. 2-drop 3/1 evasive. Well, all your cards in your Inkwell are exerted. This character gets +2 lore. So this character can't really do any questing unless he gets some additional lore. But with that evasive, he's good for challenges. And in sealed, I always will keep evasive characters. Protective Aura. This is an action card, so it's only going to impact to the start of your next turn, according to it. Your Floodborn characters gain evasive until the start of your next turn. We're going to put that over here with Pete, which is our Floodborn. Remove 2 damage from character. If there's a card under that, gain resist. Nope. Piercing attack. Deal 2 damage to chosen character. This damage can't be reduced by resist. That should be a steel card. Not sure why it's in green, but we're definitely going to put it in our deck because that's not bad. So here's a 2-cost 2/2, but it quests for 2. That's something I like in sealed. So you can see Tinkerbell's that same thing, vanilla 2/2. Whenever this character challenges another character, gain 1 lore. I like that type of ability. Aladdin, when you play this character, you may pay 1 to banish chosen item. Not really worried about items in this. There are some items, but they're not real powerful. But this is a 3/2, which isn't a bad card. We'll put it here in the maybe pile. A Violet Bar 3/2 with resist, so it really becomes like a 3/3. That's not a bad card, and it's inkable, so we're going to put it in. A 2/4. That's I'm going to go into my maybe pile. We got Boo. While you have exerted character named Sully in play, this character can't be challenged. I don't know if we got a Sully, but that's kind of gimmicky. When you play this character, shows an opposing character can't ready at the start of their next turn. I do like that type of trigger. So we're not seeing a lot of our Honey archetype. So Honey is probably going to die. You should start seeing some of the Floodborn show up here. Well, there's the Sully that goes with that Boo that went down into our maybe pile. And so when you play this character, exert all the cards in your inkwell. While all cards in your inkwell are exerted, this character gains rush. We're going to put that in the maybe pile. Weed Whacker, exert, pay 1, chosen character gains challenger +2 this turn. 2, banish this item, banish chosen Vineling character. It's a bit expensive. I'm going to put it in the no pile. All right, there's Kanga. That's one of our honeys, so we'll put it to the side. Ellie, while this character is banished, when this character is banished, you may put this card into your inkwell face down and exert it. It's a 3-cost 3/3 quest for 1, but it will eventually go into your inkwell, so that's not bad. We're going to put it into the maybe pile because it is a uninkable card. When you play this character, you may pay 1 to ready chosen characters of yours. They can't just quest or challenge the rest of this turn. 3 costs 3/3, uninkable for 3. We're going to say no. Omnidroid, while this character has no damage, he gets +2 attack. So he becomes a 6/3. That's actually not bad. We're going to put that into our play pile. Here's another Sully card. So we've got something that triggers, and it's similar. While you have 5 or more cards in your inkwell, this character gains +2 strength. So it would become a 6/3. We're going to put that into the maybe pile. The bear, while this character has no damage, gets 3. It becomes a 5/5. Again, going to go into the maybe pile with that one. Panic has rush. It's a 3/1 quest for 2. Don't know. I don't remember seeing if we got the pain to go with this. If this card ends up in your discard and you play pain, you get a couple lore. This is going to go into our maybe pile. Buzz Lightyear, this character can't gain evasive. It's 3 cost 4/4. I'm going to say probably not. Beast, well, you have a character named Bella in play. This character gets +2. I have not seen any bells, but we do know that we have Bella and the Beast. So we're going to put that in kind of its own little maybe pile. Once during your turn, whenever you play a song, you may ready this character. If you do, she can't quest or challenge. She would be able to sing again. I didn't see a lot of songs in here, so we're going to put that in our no. Put item or location into player's inkwell face down and exerted. This is an inkable card. It's item removal and it's location removal. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put that in. And then we've got Vine Entrance. So a 3 cost, 7 strength, 1 to move there. The first time a Floodborn character moves here, each turn you may deal 1 damage to chosen character. I'm going to put that with our Bloodborns just to see where it goes. All right, so then you're on to your 4 cost, right? This item is a 4 cost item. This item enters play exerted. Exert, pay 1, chosen character of yours. You may play a character with the same name as that character for free. The only character I know I have 2 of is Sully. It's a 4 cost inkable item. Nope. Put that thing back. Return chosen character or item to their player's hand. It's a song. I'm going to put that into the maybe pile. King Louis is a 4-cost 3/4 Singer 6. He's going to go into the maybe pile. Actually, now we're going to put him in. He quests for 2. He's a little bit hard to kill. But if we keep the songs, that'll give us a little bit of something to do. Banish chosen character with 3 or less. If you have a monster character in play, chosen opponent loses 1 lore. Got a couple Sullys, so we might end up with some monsters. We're going to put that into the maybe. Antonio, when you play this character, you may remove up to 3 damage from chosen character yours. If you remove damage this way, put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. I'm going to put that into the maybe pile. Jasmine I actually liked. When you play this character, each player draws a card. It's a 3/4 quest for 2. That's going in because it's worked well. Return 2 chosen characters, items, or location with cost 2 or less to their player's hand. No. All right, here's another one of our Vinelings. It's 4-cost 4/3. Whenever one of your Floodborn characters quests, pay 1 less for the next character you shift this turn. I don't really necessarily care about that ability, but if I give her resist or she gets evasive or something like that, she's a pretty good card, so we put her over in that pile that we're holding on to. While you have no cards in your hand, this character gains resist +2. It's a 4-cost 1/4 that quest for 3. Goes into our maybe. Power Surge. Each player puts the top 2 cards of their deck into their inkwell face down and exerted. I'm going to put that into the maybe, but that's actually a pretty good card for this type of sealed event. Launchpad is a 3/4 with alert, meaning they can challenge as if they were evasive. That's a powerful feature, and it quests for 2, so it's definitely going in. Yzma, when you play this character, each opponent loses 1 lore. 4/3, quest for 2. Thinkable, we'll put it in. All right, so we're on to our 5 drops. We're almost done. First one up is Hera. When you play this or another Floodborn character, gain 1 lore. That goes into the pile for sure. When you play this character, you may banish chosen character with 5 or more. 5 strength or more. Only quest for 1. It's going to go into my maybe pile, but that probably sees play. This one is a 5-cost 4/4 quest for 3 with support, meaning when you quest with it, you get to give that 4 strength to another character. We are definitely going to put that one into our deck. Then we've got our Sun Yi, temporary shift 2. I haven't seen a lot of red pandas, so this is probably going to be a no, but we're just going to set it to the side to see if we get any other red pandas. All right, whenever this character quests, you may move him to one of your locations for free. He's a 5/5, quest for 2. It's going into the maybe pile. Nobody Like You, sing together 5, any number of characters. Play a character with cost 4 for free. It's an uninkable. It's going to go into my nose. 5/5 or 5 cost, challenger +3. So when this challenges, it's going to do 9. It's got a strength of 5, so it's going to survive against most things. I'm going to put that in the yes pile. All right, then we're on to our 5 or 6 cost. With a few good friends, chosen player draws a card for each different ink type you have in play. This is wonderful if we were able to really build out with the Christopher Robin multiple colors of honey cards. Here's another temporary shift. You can shift onto Mei Li. Once during your turn, whenever this character sings a song, gain 3 lore, or it can quest for 3. That would be definitely a card I would think about playing. With a few good friends, again, another copy of it. Now, the Christopher Robin is what would make Honey really interesting in a sealed event. There's no color restrictions, but in a regular deck, this is exactly the Honey card you want. You can have other Honey characters in your deck regardless of ink type. Doesn't matter in sealed. When you play this character, you may search your deck for a honey card, reveal it, put it in your hand. If you do, shuffle your deck. So this gives you a bit of card draw. Probably with a few honey cards, I would not play it. 6 cost 5/5 Hades, quest for 3 with Ward, meaning it can be challenged, but it couldn't have actions or songs. Take it out. I'm going to put that in the yes, just because it's quest for 3. Cetus, a 6/7, quest for 2. I'm going to put it in even if I end up inking it, right? Then our 7 cost is our Grandma Wu. It's temporary shift. On top of character named Grandma Wu, we don't have enough to make this work. But I think there's a red panda deck out there waiting to be built. Now, we did put a beast in our deck. So this is a card. It's an 8 cost, but a shift 6. You may pay 6 to shift this on top of one of your characters named Bell or Beast. You have a beast. Whenever this character quests, ready all the cards in your inkwell. Pay 6, ready your other characters. They can't quest for this turn. 6/7 quest for 3. Even though it's uninkable, I would put it in simply because we've got the beast. So now you kind of would go through and try to figure out from your definite pile, your maybe pile, do you have 40? And then you'd start looking around at these others, like our common 1-drop 2/2s, and you would finish building out a 20-card deck. So again, out of this, we got 2 legendary cards. We didn't pull any epics. So out of all the pre-release kits that I opened, which we are now at 3, and then 6 packs of prizes, we have pulled in this box 2 legendary cards. And then out of our other boxes, we have pulled a Horned King, another Horned King, a foil Merida, and then we have pulled a epic Hey and a epic 100-acre Woods. So that's 18, that's 24 packs. That would be the equivalent of a box. We would call this a bit light. We've got 4 legendary cards, 1 legendary foil, and 2 epics. That's definitely a little bit light for a box of cards, but remember, you also get 3 promo cards. So it really does equate out. These are good value. We're still seeing a lot of enchanted cards pulled from them. Between Wilds Unknown and this set, I've hosted 5 events, and there's been at least 1 enchanted card pulled at every event. And it's funny, those have ranged from 4 players, like today, to 16 players, and pulling cards. So it has been a fun product. I hope you enjoy kind of taking a look at it, talking a little bit about what goes in to building a sealed deck. If you have any questions, just go ahead and add a comment and we'll get back to you and try to answer them. Have a great day.